pleasure to be here again in Emotional Health Talk and meeting with all of you, sharing about issues, about emotional things that certainly it's an important part of our lives. Today I am with Joseph Hobbs, our special guest from Restoring Your Heart Ministry from the USA. I will let Joseph later introduce himself, but I would like to inform you first that this is the last episode of our series Conquering Shame series, and this Conquering Shame is actually part of Restoring Your Heart program where Joseph has been working in for the past 20 years. And I am from Busur Emas Foundation. We are collaborating with Restoring Your Heart Ministry in the USA to bring the Restoring Your Heart program into Indonesia. And Indonesia Restoring Your Heart has been going strong for the past 3 years. And we welcome you, every one of you in any part of the world that would like to join this program of Restoring Your Heart. And even if you are not in Indonesia, we can connect online, which is enabled by the modern technology nowadays. So feel free to contact us throughout different channels that we will be informing you later. And for now, I will let Mr. Joseph introduce himself.
I am Joseph Hobbs from the United States. I live in Stone Mountain, Georgia. I am a member and a member of Worldwide Discipleship Association, which has many programs, but one especially that we is promoting is Restoring Your Heart. And out of that, there are many things that we learn from our past by looking and going back and discovering that the pain that we carry around is from events, relationships, and issues that we have encountered as a child and did not know how to process that pain.
Well, thank you, Joseph, for introducing that.
Yeah.
And I myself will be the host. My name is Patricia, and I am the head of Busur Emas Foundation, which is the official partner of Restoring Your Heart in Indonesia, and hopefully we can expand in your countries wherever you are. We would really like to support you in your restoration journey and help you in whenever you're needing. So without further ado, we will dive into our topic, which is restoration from shame. And if you would like to know about our previous episodes, which is the first one is understanding shame, the second one is causes of shame, and the third one is releasing toxic shame, you can always visit our YouTube channel to get information about that and to get the replay. Hey Joseph, so when we talk about restoration of shame, we have talked about different causes of shame in the past episodes. And one of the causes that often happen is mistakes that people made that not only make them feel guilty but also make them feel shameful.
Yes. At this point, one of the things that we need to understand is that once we have recognized that we do have pain and that we have not dealt with it, this is the turning point where we learn to grieve the losses and begin to process a painful event through the end of the process to become healthy.
Okay, so from what I'm hearing, I think you were saying that it's okay for us to feel sad and to grieve over our mistakes. And actually it's an important part of the restoration.
Yes.
I see. But then how about people who attached their identity to the mistake that they made?
It's still a process of helping them to see that they are a unique individual, that they are individuals who can achieve, they can become better. It's a matter of changing the mindset, the false thinking that they have, and dealing with the perception about themselves. And once you begin to help them to see those kinds of things and the impact that the past have had on them and how it is affecting them in the present, will help them to begin to realize that those things are the things that are causing them to not be able to deal with the shame or the issue or the relationship.
I see. So you're saying that those mistakes has to be viewed from a healthier standpoint, from healthier perspective, that okay, I made mistake, but it is my choice to stay here or to become a better person.
Right.
And if I decide so, I can become a better person. And the mistake does not define me.
Yes.
It's just part of my past, which I need to process in order to become a better person.
Yes.
And I guess with that kind of viewpoint, I can view myself more healthily if I have such mindset.
Yes.
Because I can view my mistakes, whatever they are, as learning processes and just make me move forward, just bring me just further in life.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Now, you were saying examples also about our internal statement that we often say to ourselves.
Yeah.
For example, if we make mistake, we say, "Oh, I'm so stupid," and
those are internal messages, negative messages that we have learned to say to ourselves, and the more we say it to ourselves, the more we believe it. So what we need to do is start to begin to think in positive ways about who we are, how we are made, what gifts do I have, what strengths do I have, and how to use those to better enable me to begin to think in a healthy way.
You were saying that it is important for us to be aware of our internal messages.
Yes.
Because it seems like this internal messages is the message that form our identity compared to what others say about us.
And sometimes it's what others say about us that we believe, which are wrong perspective and wrong identity messages that we internalize.
I see. So I guess in that sense, it's very important for us to really make the effort to say positive things about ourselves.
We need to think positive, we need to act positive, and we need to hear positive things from others in order to rebuild on the healthy way of thinking and not continue with the unhealthy way of thinking.
So what should I do if I'm surrounded by negative people that often say negative things?
Then find ways to find people who will give you positivity, messages, who will encourage you, listen to music that will inspire you, putting yourself in places and around people that will give you positive response, accolations, things to build your confidence as well as your thinking.
I see. So that, I think that is a perfect bridge to our next point, which is victim mentality, because I guess those who has victim mentality tends to say, but I have no positive people around me, and they sort of feel helpless and feel that there's nothing that they can do.
So they don't seek those people out.
Yes.
Because they only see people that are negative, and they tend to be around people that are negative.
And I guess by what you have just shared, they don't see it as their responsibility to find the people.
Right.
And not just stop at, I have no people that are positive at the moment, because, like you say, it is their responsibility to find those who are positive.
It's the same as what we talked about earlier on how to find safe people. If you don't explore and introduce yourself to new people and new environment, you will never change. You will always tend to seek out the same kind of people that you've been used to.
So I guess in a way it says that our healing is our own responsibility.
Part is mainly our responsibility, but partly it's other people helping us to become healthier.
Yes, and you were saying that people can only help us, but they're not responsible for us.
Right. We have to be responsible for ourselves. For me to become healthy, I need to work on me and my issues and my pain in order to become healthy.
Which is, I guess, it's maybe counterintuitive to those people who often say, I am like this because of
someone else.
Yes.
No, you're that way because you choose to be that way many times. Because we need to step outside of the box and begin to view things from a different perspective.
And I guess that would also be a characteristic of those who are in the victim mentality.
Yes.
That sort of points their condition to others. Okay, and you were saying that it is our own responsibility, and you were mentioning here also to work hard on our process, which is also links well to that we have been saying.
Yeah, it's our responsibility to really find those spaces and people to invest in us and to invest in yourself. It's not their responsibility to change you, it's my responsibility to change me. But in order to do that, I need to have healthier people around me.
Wow. I think that's a very powerful statement.
Yeah.
That it is not others' responsibility to change me.
Right.
It is my responsibility to change me.
Right.
And I have to be aware that in order to change me, I need the help of others.
Right.
And it is my responsibility to find those others
Right.
so that I can be changed.
Because it's a part of relationship. It's a part of being, relating to other beings, relating to in a healthy way. And so you can either stay in the negative, or you can begin to find people who is positive and who bring about helpful solutions. But mainly the solution is you have to find the solution. You can't depend on other people. The problem is a lot of people get advice from people, and then they try that advice and it don't work. It's that person's fault.
Yes. They don't view it as their own responsibility to make decision over the advice that they receive.
Right. It's good to ask for advice and then weigh the scale of whether it's good advice or bad advice, or but we need that in order to motivate ourselves and to even search for. Sometimes we need to read materials that will help us with our self-talk. We need to begin to think about what we say about ourselves and not continue with the negative thoughts, but continue with healthy words and healthy vocabulary that will build into a way of expressing ourselves more positive.
That brings to mind a situation whereby those people who often say that I can work on myself just with my God, and I don't need others because God is more powerful than others.
Yeah, God is powerful, but God is also in heaven and He's unseen, whereas you or I are invisible to each other, and it's either we need to have a relationship in order to. We can have a relationship with God, but we also need to have a relationship with people, and people will help us to remind us who we are, because I can look at you and I can see your pain and I can feel your pain and I can empathize with you, where we don't see that with God. God is mainly a trust, where we trust Him, we believe Him through His Word, and sometimes He speaks to us through the thoughts. But we see each other, and we see how we interact with each other. We see how we accept one another. It's a part of our security. We need to be secure in ourselves in order to become healthy.
I see. So I think what I'm hearing from you is that you're saying, yes, God is powerful, but through His power, He works through people to create that restoration
environment,
to create that safe environment where people can process their shame, release their toxic shame, and then that would be the means for a person to reach towards acceptance and forgiveness. Okay, so I'm wondering if, because here in Indonesia, that is quite a common excuse that we heard. I'm wondering if is that also the same case?
That is worldwide. A common excuse.
Okay, so in your experience, what are usually the reasoning behind that excuse that, oh, I'm enough with my God?
It's not willing to take responsibility for themselves, not willing to be proactive and looking proactive and finding a solution. They sit back and, okay, I'm going to let God do it. I think in relationship with God, we work together. Just like we as individuals work together. It's the same kind of relationship.
Okay. So
I have my part, and he has his part, or the other person have their part, and we learn from each other as we interact.
I see. So in your experience, usually the core or the root behind those kind of excuses is that the person most likely subconsciously not willing to spend the hard work to go out of their comfort zone, to really find or form safe people and form groups, and to really just do the hard work of processing their pain and releasing their shame.
It's very it's a lot of hard work, and people need to realize that they need to prepare themselves for the hard work of dealing with shame, because shame is very toxic and very addictive and very overwhelming once you begin to unleash it. And so you have to have strong people around you. You have to have people who is going to be there to support you, because the pain can become great, and you have to deal and walk through the pain. And a lot of times people don't want to deal with the pain because it's so painful. But that's a part of the process.
Yeah. So I guess it speaks about the power of others in our life. But to have that power of others working, you were saying that we need to be prepared to do the hard work. We need to be prepared to go out of our comfort zone and just not stay in those comfort boxes of everyday life. Which
willing to take a chance.
Willing to take a chance, which I guess taking a risk is part of being alive as human.
Right. And we do that every day.
Yeah.
Decision that we make at work, the decision that we make at home, we are taking risks because it's not known what's going to become of the decision that we make until we make that decision and see the result of it.
Yes, and I guess exactly in the act of taking the risk in itself that we show our faith in God. Not by being inactive, but rather by being proactive and going
in
out.
your own health.
Yes, Wow, thank you for such a powerful message that you share today about how to restore ourselves from shame. And really, it's our own responsibility that we are responsible for our own mental health. And in order to create that safe environment that is enable us to restore ourselves from shame, we need the help of others, the power of others. But again, that is our responsibility, not others' responsibility.
Absolutely.
Well, I hope you enjoy our talk and benefit from it. And if you need any further information about Conquering Shame or other program, you are free to explore our website. It's www.busuremas.com. Busur Emas spells as BUSUREMAS, so www.busuremas.com. You can also email us at info@busuremas.com, or you can follow our Instagram, which is very often updated. It's Yayasan Busur Emas, or also you can visit us in our YouTube channel. It's under Ellen Patricia, ELLENPATRICIA, Ellen Patricia. So all these are different channels and platforms wherein you can connect with us. And also, besides Conquering Shame, we also provide other programs. One is about understanding emotion, especially negative emotions, whereby we help you to just not just understand, but also how to manage those emotions, be it past emotions as well as current and present emotions. Also, we have processing pain that helps you to process your emotional pain. And we would like to extend our invitation for you to really fulfill your life potential, be the best version of who you are, and fly high in life. But in order to be able to do that, you need to let go of whatever that weighing you down. And with this program, we can help you to let go of whatever that weighing you down so that you can fly high in life. So thank you again for watching us. It is truly our pleasure to share this with you, and especially my own personal pleasure to be hosting Joseph Hobbs from the USA, which is a rare occasion. And I look forward to seeing you again in our next talk show. Till then, stay blessed.